Everyone, remain calm.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. And later there's running and screaming.
Somebody talk to me! What is happening?
Welcome to Jurassic World.
You're listening to the Jurassic Park Podcast.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow? Hold on to your butts.
Well, we're back.
So we're back again with another midweek episode here on the Jurassic Park Podcast. Right now, I'm joined by Jaye Jurassick, and we're going to chat about spoilers. No, we're not going to give you any spoilers for the upcoming movie or anything like that. This is going to be a safe conversation to listen to for anybody trying to stay fresh for the upcoming movie. But we did want to address the rampant spoilers, the leaks, the set picks, and all that stuff from the upcoming sequel. So let's welcome in here Jaye Jurassick. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little trying to stay on my toes. Trying to be aware of all the pictures that are out there right now. It's kind of, tough to scour the social medias at the moment, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it's like walking in landmine field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's getting kind of crazy. Like you got to have like a Spider-Man sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much stuff. It's scary.
Yeah, and this, like I said, this is not about we're not talking details about any kind of spoilers. Just overall, what's kind of been out there and how you can prevent, seeing it, and maybe how you can help, others not see it in a way too. I think that's good because, we're all very excited about this stuff at the moment. I know I'm personally loving, any kind of information that comes out about the movie, but I want my information to be more official and, from the creators themselves. I don't know about you.
Right. No, I completely agree. Like, when we get information from Frank Marshall or Universal themselves, or even the actors, the director, when they retweet stuff or whatever,
mm-hmm.
They're officially marking it, and that's where I'm like, okay, good, But some of the stuff, they're not saying anything about it, and it's like stuff that you pretty much feel like, wow, that was supposed to be a secret. That was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually had a lot of people, message me or just call out on social media and say like, "Oh man, I'm really upset about this. What should I do? How do I get away from it?" And actually just ask straight up like, what is a spoiler? Because like we just said, the directors and producers and cast, they're all tweeting out pictures and all kinds of stuff, it seems like, on a daily basis. So what is a spoiler and what's not a spoiler? Do you have a certain differentiation? Is it just the official accounts versus unofficial?
I feel it's, it would be more like an official, even some of the stuff that sometimes comes out from the official accounts,
mm-hmm.
I much rather have known when I go see the movie.
Yeah.
'Cause, sometimes trailers spoil a lot nowadays. They practically show you the whole movie in a trailer. Sometimes I even try to avoid trailers too, even though it's very difficult to. But but when you see stuff that's leaked photos or leaked something, you don't know in what context that is like being portrayed, and it might look very different in the movie, and you might take it negatively, or you might be like, okay, what's excited but confused, and you don't know where the filmmakers are going with it. So it's always better to get it from the source rather
mm-hmm.
than someone that doesn't really know what's going on. It's just leaking information, and then all of us get in an uproar about it, or I don't know. I personally kind of get a little upset because I really don't want to see certain things.
Yeah, it is very tough because, like I said, we're all very excited and we all want to share what we see. And like, for instance, this is, I wouldn't consider this a spoiler, but the image that everybody basically came out and posted when that happened was that actual, like, official released photograph, with the little girl. I don't think you could consider that a spoiler, but she's in this awesome room and there's a bunch of dinosaurs, fossils and stuff around. But stuff like that is very exciting to share around because it's your first official look at the movie, kind of get a hint of the tone maybe, or what to expect, and a lot of inference as to what's going to happen that we're all just making up, and it's all, just off the top of our heads. We don't really know. But it's all that other stuff, like you said, that you're kind of inferring what's going to happen based off of a set picture, or somebody is like, standing behind some fence and through the trees and through some doors, and you get a glimpse and you're like trying to make an inference as to what's going to happen, and it might not totally work out in any sense the way you think. So it's better to kind of leave that stuff to, the screen in front of you when it actually happens. But I know that's one of the things I try to do, which I've talked about a lot here on the podcast, is I don't watch trailers for most movies. Aside from Star Wars and probably Jurassic here, I'm not going to be able to avoid that one. But all other movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy at the time that we're recording this, is coming out, this week. I have no idea what that movie's about. And it feels really good, It feels so good to not know anything. I don't know a single word that Chris Pratt speaks. I don't know anything about the rest of the cast members or the story, the plot, any of that stuff. So going to see that movie for the first time and seeing it all played out in film in front of me, it's going to be amazing. And I feel like it ups the level of the movie and it makes it better in a way.
No, exactly. It does.
Yeah.
And also, when you have a friend that doesn't really watch trailers, I used to do this with my one friend. I used to just make stuff up. And then he would go watch the movie and he's like, what? What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with what you told me. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you still like the movie, right? Yeah, it was awesome. But I was expecting all this stuff. Yeah, well, expect the unexpected.
Yeah. And we've talked about that a lot. It is like getting your hopes up in a way. And this goes farther than just spoilers or set pictures or anything like that. But just getting your hopes up in terms of what to expect from a movie is usually just bad news in general. Like, the more you hype something up, most of the time it's going to let you down. And it's just a matter of fact,
And, some of these pictures, scenes get cut.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these pictures that we've seen of certain things and certain set pieces or whatever, what if they're never in the movie? And we're expecting them and expecting a scene with something, and then all of a sudden it's not there anymore. So that's something already like hyping us up for this, and then nope, wasn't there, wasn't ever part.
I feel like
and
that's
also,
sorry, go ahead. That's a tough one too, because that has happened a lot with the Star Wars trailers and stuff recently. Is none of the footage ends up in the movie, and people are actually still disappointed, even though none of that stuff was in the movie, and they weren't spoiled. They're still kind of disappointed that, like, oh man, I really wanted to see that happen or this happen. So it's, man, you can't get it right. It's a tough call either way. And so far there hasn't, or no, I don't want to say hasn't. There's been actually a ton of leaks, and it's been stuff from dinosaurs. There's actually been scene elements, like things, like how things will play out. Sets, you've seen tons of sets, which is crazy. And vehicles and stuff like that. So that's like 4 elements of the movie that are pretty major, and some stuff that reveals a lot. And you just you sit there and think like, oh wow, that's so awesome to know that we're going to be doing this or we're going to be doing that. But then where's the surprise in the end? I kind of, that's my question, is like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, exactly. I was actually sitting down when one of the leaks that happened earlier in the morning. I was tagged on it, and I saw it, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm happy about it, but I was a little, disappointed at the same time, 'cause I'm like, now I know, and I would have rather have my butt in the seat watching that movie in the theater and seeing that as a surprise.
Yeah.
But if the problem I'm seeing is, like, if these leaks are getting like this, what's going to happen later down the line? You know what I mean? Like, how many more leaks are we? I mean, when they start making the toys, that's when we really kind of shut down.
Yeah.
Because the merchandise. That's how like the Indominus was leaked last time.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different story when you got more people to control, and like you talk about merchandise, and even going back to like the score for the Phantom Menace. I don't know if anybody remembers that. There was spoilers here for the Phantom Menace. If you haven't seen that movie,
what is the time limit for spoilers?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you haven't seen it, oh well, I guess, because it's been a very long time. But there's a track on the score that was called Qui-Gon's Noble End, I believe, and that came out before the movie came out, which essentially spoiled the fact that he was dying in that movie. And it's like stuff like that. Like with Michael Giacchino, you don't really have to worry about that because his titles are pretty vague and just like comical.
Yeah, they are.
So we don't have to worry about that too much, but you might still be able to infer something. But like the toys and all that stuff, for sure, stuff might come out, and it happens.
Didn't that happen with Rey? She had one of the toys that was revealed. She had a lightsaber.
I think so. Yeah, I think I think that happened for sure. And even now with the Last Jedi, like literally like 2 images came out of the box art, and everybody's sitting there like analyzing all the details of her hair, her clothing and everything, and just trying to get a glimpse as to what may happen. And it's hilarious. There's this whole crazy culture for spoilers, and I kind of sit on the fence for it. Like I just said, I'm kind of actually a hypocrite because I don't want to know any spoilers for most movies, and I don't want to see any trailers. But when it comes to like Star Wars, man, I am 100% on board for all spoilers. Like, it's so strange. I will search out spoilers. I will go to these other websites and forums and whatnot and track them down. And like, I want to know every detail. And for me, it doesn't spoil the movie. It's very strange, but it doesn't spoil the movie. So I think there is a fine line between, being upset by this stuff, but also having a good time with it. So there is certainly people out there that have a great time with all these spoilers that are out there and really look forward to seeing where the story's going to go. And then once it actually plays out on film, you're kind of excited for that moment when you sort of know it's coming, but maybe it'll play out a little bit differently. You just don't know.
That's very true. Mm-hmm. But that would, segue towards how to like properly put these spoilers in place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like I said, there's people that don't want to see him, but there is people that do want to see him. So you kind of have to be respectful to both.
Exactly. So that's my thing today when I posted on my Instagram page. Some spoilers are left without any warning. And the photo is there on your timeline. Mm-hmm. And you can't avoid it. Like, you're going down your timeline and you'll just see something there or on Twitter or whatever. But like, how do we properly have these spoiler photos or whatever? Because like you said, there's people that do want to see them, and I had some comments of people that did want to see them. Mm-hmm. And I understand that. I totally respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to see them, go on ahead, because I'm the same like you are with Star Wars. I'm the same with other movies. Like some movies, I really don't care. I want to know every detail. That's fine. But there's just certain movies that I just like. If somebody's saying something, you do the famous cover your ears and start like blabbing. Yeah, exactly. So, that's the thing that you have to kind of get to the bottom of, Mm-hmm. Like, where can you properly put these spoilers or that wouldn't like take the effect away from the people that don't want to see them and keep the respect of the people that do want to see them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Instagram now has that great function where you could add multiple photos on your single post, which is perfect because the Jurassic Outpost guys, a few other guys have been actually adding a spoiler tag kind of image first off. Yeah, the first photo just basically says, "Heads up, a spoiler's coming." and then you swipe to see the spoilers, which is perfect. Like, that is the kind of, function you want, when you're looking at a spoiler. You don't want to be, blindsided like we've been recently, which kind of sucks. It's terrible when you don't want to see the spoiler, but it just shows up on your feed anyway. And a lot of times we don't have any choice. Like, we can do as much blocking, muting, and everything we want, but even if somebody likes a post, it still might show up on your feed. And all these algorithms are basically choosing how they want to post stuff on your feeds, and you almost can't even control it all.
No, you can't. And not only that, you get tagged also.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'll get tagged on some spoiler photos, and like, I don't mind if it was like how Jurassic Outpost did it, that they put just one photo in the beginning, and the rest of the sliding photos is the spoilers, but they give you that warning. So when I see that warning, I'm like, whoop, skip. I don't even want to look.
Yep.
But
exactly.
If you get tagged right on the exact photo, you really can't avoid it because you're getting tagged on it. And it's like, you looked at your tags. Even if you see it as a thumbnail and not the full photo, you see it and you're like, no.
Yeah, you still do that thing like you cover your ears and you mumble, but like you do it with your phone and you're like, you turn your phone away and swipe really quick or do something like that. And it's tough on Twitter because people will put to tag, they'll say spoiler, but that doesn't help, honestly, because you see the entire tweet and nothing's hidden. So you're seeing the word spoiler, and then you look down as you're scrolling and you see a picture of blank, something bad.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and it sucks too when, okay, we did say some dinosaurs were leaked, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say which ones, but
I'm not going to say which ones. But when you know as much as you do about dinosaurs as I do, it's not like I really have to analyze what dinosaur, some that were spoiled.
Yeah.
I knew
instantly,
like that.
Yeah.
Instantly, and I was happy and so disappointed at the same time.
Yeah.
So, it's tough, man. It
is. Yeah, because some of those dinosaur pictures were just a little bit, just a tiny bit of the dinosaur you could see, and you're like, I know what that is right away. And wow, okay, cool, but also, I wish I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It is a very tough thing, and I think you need to just at least understand that there are people out there that may follow you or may be associated with people and or end up showing up on their feeds somehow or another. Just at least be a little respectful of that. I know you guys and everybody, I want to have fun with this stuff. I want to share all kinds of stuff too, but I'm trying to be careful of those who don't want to see it as well.
Exactly. Like I said on my Instagram page, I don't really want to block or unfollow anybody. I love all the Jurassic Park accounts that I follow, and I love all the content. But if a page is gonna just constantly just post spoilers and just be an entire spoiled page, it's gonna be a page I don't follow.
Yeah.
I don't want the movie entirely being spoiled before it comes out. We still have a year, basically, before this movie comes out, and then it's gonna be worse when it hits across the pond first than us for 2 weeks.
Oh man, yeah.
You know how horrible that's gonna be?
That's gonna be bad.
I've pretty much said that I'm gonna
stay offline for 2 weeks.
I am. I'm definitely am. Like, you will not see Jaye Jurassick for 2 weeks.
Gonna be in a cave somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be avoiding spoilers, like any one of those like GIF files that you see, like people just punch it through and just like a fight scene from John Wick, just avoiding spoilers that way.
I'll be that Homer Simpson GIF of him just backing into the shrub and then just like disappearing,
That's a good one too. Or like one of the many scenes in Kingsman too. Those are, yeah. I just saw that movie, that's why.
Oh really?
I'm thinking about it.
It's right on the top of your head.
Yeah. I know I'm late to the party, but yeah.
I think there's actually a bunch of really valid areas to share this stuff, and I we're not trying to be watchdogs completely, but I know I want to stay fresh. I know others want to stay fresh, but there are valid places to post spoilers where it won't be a problem. So I do think there are valid places to post these spoilers because, you know, I would like to discuss this stuff with people and even be able to choose which spoilers I can talk about and which ones maybe I don't want to talk about. For instance, I'm a big proponent of Reddit, the Jurassic Park Reddit. Now, it's an interesting community over there, and there's tons of great content. So if you go on that site, you can actually tag stuff, you know, spoiler, and then maybe a little blurb about what it could potentially be, but don't give it away right away. But inside there, you can actually even hide the spoiler yet again, and people actually have to click to see it. And I mean, you know how the internet works, but that's a helpful place to actually post these and discuss it. There's a ton of users on there, great people. So just do it on there. You know, that's a perfect spot. And obviously there's a ton of forums, and like JurassicForums.com, the Jurassic Mainframe, JP Toys Forum, even Sci-Fi.com has a good forum there for Jurassic Park stuff. So these are all forums and Reddit areas where you can actually post stuff and keep it hidden and spoiler tagged so people can choose to see it. And that's how spoilers should be viewed, in my opinion. They should be, you know, you should be able to choose to see them.
Yeah, exactly, and it makes for a more healthy conversation and discussion when you have others that want to see the spoilers just like you.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that, I mean, I'm not gonna go directly on a page and start conflicting with people, but you might find some people that might start, you know, getting very upset about stuff and saying certain things like about having these things spoiled. And if you're in the same area with other people that have the same like mind as yours to see these spoilers, it wouldn't matter. The conversation would be nice, be great, because you guys can discuss all that. You know, putting on these public like views for everybody to see, you're gonna have some people that they'll be happy to see that, and some others will be completely upset. Yeah. But you know what I mean, like the Reddit page is a really great one because there's even a spoiler policy when you go right onto the page. It's at the top. You read it, and then you know how to do it. It's easy. And all those other suggestions are great too. You know?
Yeah, I think if you keep it contained, that way people can safely, you know, scroll through their timeline. And social media is a safe haven for a lot of people. And at this moment right now, like, there's a lot of uproar, you know, at all these images being leaked, and at least on my feed, there's a ton of backlash from people being upset about this stuff. So it's causing all this disruption and maybe not hatred or anything like that, but, you know, annoyance, and people are getting blocked and muted. And I've done it. I've muted a few names here and there that I follow or and stuff like that. I just don't want to see that stuff, unfortunately. So for me, I have to do it. And there's actually a function on Twitter, too. If you want, you can go into your settings and I think notifications, and you can choose muted words. So you can actually go in there, you know, type in Jurassic World spoilers and, you know, click enter or whatever, and it'll hide anything that potentially says Jurassic World spoilers. I fooled around with it, and I added a few different variations of that and different things like that to try to catch all in a way. And hopefully that works. Hopefully that helps in a way, so I don't have to, you know, block too many people or anything like that. But it's unfortunate that we have to do this and have to resort to this option. And I've been seeing that from a lot of people around the community, and especially I've seen many people actually just straight up leave Twitter, which is really unfortunate because there's a bunch of really good people that are just leaving because of this, and I hate to see that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's the whole point. We don't want to be blocking or muting people or whatnot. We love all the pages of Jurassic Park and the fandom in itself. We just, you know, we're just trying to look for a way to have like be responsible with these spoilers, I guess. You know what I mean? Some people really didn't know they were really hurting people, and I get that. You know what I mean? They didn't know. They just wanted to show the community photos that they got, and they were excited about it, but didn't know in the end that they were really doing something that some people really didn't want to see. Yeah. And I've talked to a few of these guys, and you know what I mean, I explained my view on it, and nothing hostile, just, you know, just saying like, hey, you know, some people might not want to see this, including myself, and hey man, I love your page and everything, but you know, just if you can for the future, do something like that. do the swipe on Instagram, and that's it. And some of them have taken the photos down, and you mean some others didn't, and well, it's on them, I guess.
Just the way it rolls, And the thing is, the problem essentially stems from the fact that the filming is taking place in an area where you could visibly see what's going on. And I don't know what the security is like over there, but it seems kind of lax at the moment because of all this.
Seems like Jurassic Park security to me.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's very lax, it seems, and people seem to be just walking wherever they want and taking pictures of whatever they want. And whether it is people on the outside or people on the inside, it happens, unfortunately. You just got to be careful with this stuff because you don't want to be contacted by Universal. Personally, I first of all don't want that happening to anybody I know. So just be respectful to what they're creating, and just be careful out there, because if you are taking these pictures, you don't want to be contacted by them and come into any kind of trouble or anything like that. And you don't want to you just want to respect what they're doing and let them create what they're creating. I don't want to stomp on anybody's ground, but have fun with what you're doing, but just be respectful. That's all.
Exactly. That's it. And let us rejoice that we're in an era where there's another Jurassic Park movie being filmed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all really be happy about that and excited that this and you know what I've noticed this time around, Brad?
What's that?
Universal's being more open with their marketing of the movie, with like certain things, like with their Jurassic World Instagram. They're posting that hybrid stuff. The actors are very, very cooperative with us, and with Bryce when she was posting all those teases of like photos of the trash can and the wires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been very fun, and that stuff is awesome. And Bryce's pictures, Frank Marshall's pictures, everybody's been getting involved and doing some stuff, and even like you said, the official accounts have been posting, all kinds of videos and the hybrid challenges and posting fan art and stuff like that. So you want to be able to see all of it, and you don't want to have to hide from Twitter or Instagram and not experience it and not have fun. And we're all just trying to have fun with this. So, that's our PSA is just to have fun and not spoil it for others who are trying to have fun as well.
Don't let the assets out of containment, guys. We've seen what can happen in every movie, really.
Yeah.
Let's make pretend the spoiler is a T-Rex breaking out, a T-Rex in San Diego, a Spinosaur, and an Indominus Rex, and then they're just running amok. We don't want that. Let's just all see that when there's, just have the mind frame that whatever spoiler you're putting up is one of these large predators escaping, or a velociraptor. Actually, any one of the carnivores of the entire saga.
They'll be after you if you post this stuff. No, but I've had fun, dissecting this with you, and I guess that's just our PSA, and just be careful out there, have fun, and let's all talk about this movie and get excited, because it's coming up, and we still got a year, a little over a year now, but it's coming up, and it's gonna start moving a lot faster.
Yes, it is. Didn't Frank Marshall post up that halfway through?
Yeah.
Not too long ago, like a week and a half ago?
Yeah. It's moving along, man. And we have to suffer through at least another halfway point before we, maybe get to a little safe ground before trailers and all that other stuff starts coming. So let's get out of here. And why don't you let people know where they can find you?
Well, guys, you can find me on Instagram at Jaye Jurassick, JAYE_JURASSICK, and same on Twitter. And yeah, I'm on there all the time, guys. So
awesome. And follow us on Twitter as well at Jurassic Park Pod, and visit our website, JurassicParkPodcast.com. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.